Hello and welcome to the Awakening Journey with me, Zak Akhurst. So today is going to be a video about how to meditate. Right, there's loads of different ways in the world people meditate. I started off myself by doing it sitting down cross-legged on a pillow. For me personally, that was not the best way because I haven't got a great posture. My shoulders are rounded forwards and my back was hurting at the bottom. Something which I probably should work on. My partner, that's how she meditates, sitting cross-legged. That's what suits her the best and what feels good for her, you know, externally and internally. Also, so after that, I tried laying down meditation, which is really good. This is where you just sort of lay down and you do the breathing, which I'll explain in a minute. It's suitable for any position. And this is good, but I just kept falling asleep all the time, which is still good because you're still bringing in the energy, but at the same time I wanted to be aware of the energy. I wanted to feel what it feels like. If say I've got a pain here, then I'd concentrate on it coming and, you know, wrapping around here. If I've got a pain over here on my hands, I'd think about the energy crowding around my hands, you know, and it would help. It really would help. Or a headache, if I had a headache, I would just think about it coming in and staying around here. And then usually, you know, 8 times out of 10 my headache would go. But you know, for me that wasn't great. I kept falling asleep. So the best way to meditate for me was I got myself a chair. Like it could be a fishing chair, or it could be a garden chair, something not too comfortable so you fall asleep. And the way I do it is I'll sit down, place your feet flat on the floor, just in a comfortable position, you know. Don't be too uptight like that because, you know, it's not natural for me really. As long as you're straight like this, that's absolutely fine, but sitting like that with your ribs flared, and it's not the best way personally for me. So sitting down like this, feet flat on the floor, and your hands can be either out, they could be in, or they can be just resting linked together on your lap. It's completely up to you. For me personally, I have my hands out because I believe that the energy comes in through the left hands, goes up through your body and leaves through the right. Like a constant connection, which is flowing all through your body, like a cleanse, you know, like squeezing out something, you know, squeezing out all the energies which are thick and not wanted. The clean air will come in, and the thick air will come out, you know. That's the way of like cleaning yourself out. So feet flat on the floor, hands out like this. Get yourself, you know, comfortable. Wiggle yourself around if you have to, you know. Get yourself, sort of take time with it. Get yourself really comfortable, and then you can have your eyes open or closed. It's completely up to you. It doesn't really make a difference, you know. I have my eyes closed because, you know, this gives me a way of, you know, kind of becoming more calmer and connecting with my energy. But some people might have the opposite effect, you know. We're all different in our own ways, you know. So once I'm in this position, what I'll do is I'll get myself with my eyes closed like this. First of all, I'd breathe out the air, which would be like, then I'll do, for myself personally, I'll do 10-second breathing in and 8-second breathing out in a total of 5 to 10 times. But at first do 5 seconds breathing in, hold for a second, and 5 seconds breathing out. So it looks something like this. So that's the breathing technique what I use, and already I feel calmer. You know, already I feel much more calmer and more sort of less, you know, nervous. At the beginning of this video, I was more sort of like nervous about doing it because this is all a bit new to me, you know. And I think that when you make a video or you're within public talking or anything like that, if you have nerves, that's a good thing. But at the same time, you know, I'm less nervous now from doing just the breathing. The breathing in, the way I do it is I breathe in through the nose, you know, and I hold it and breathe out through the mouth. You know, I don't force it out. I breathe in very much in a nice, easy flow, and I'll hold it and then I'll breathe out slowly. I won't force it out. You know, so with this sort of way of meditation, for me, I'll do this, you know, for me at this time it's between 20 minutes and half an hour. I've only been doing it for like, you know, about 7 years. Some people are doing it for like 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, and they'll meditate for like hours, you know. At the moment I'm like, how are you doing that? But I understand, because when I first started meditating, it took me, you know, two to 5 minutes, and I'd get constantly distracted by the thoughts. I'm thinking about, you know, what's for dinner, what's going on tomorrow, you know, what I've got to do later on, all these sort of things. But the more you meditate, these thoughts that you have become less, because they're not actually your thoughts. They're thoughts that have been put into you to think that you have to think about these things because they're important. When really, when you start meditating, you'll realise the thoughts what are left in your minds are the ones which matter, the ones that serve you and serve your friends and your family around you. You know, rather than worrying about, for example, some people, like I used to, if I was going out, I'd worry about, you know, what to wear, what I look like, who's going to be there, what happens if this happens, what happens if, you know, I end up going somewhere else, have I got enough money, am I going to be around the right people are going to look after me, all these different craziness, and you end up just becoming like skitty energy like that, you know. And once that happens once and keeps happening in different aspects in your life, you end up becoming this crazy skitty energy. And with meditation, it gets rid of that skittiness, it puts it back into the energy fields, and you're left with just your thoughts, the pureness, the cleanness, the love, and the feeling of confidence. And, you know, if some people out there, if you have like anger, you know, and frustration, and you don't know why, and it builds up, and for no reason you'll just explode out of you. Like, with meditation, when that happens, rather than just, you know, punching a door or shouting at someone, or, you know, just not talking to anyone and not sharing with anyone how you feel, you know, especially for men, because it's hard to talk about your emotions. Rather than doing that, just sit down. Just sit down and just sit with that energy and just breathe, you know, and go into meditation. So yeah, just see how you get on with it. I'm going to do other videos to do with, you know, meditation and stuff like that, and like how different ways to meditate. But for me, I think the best way to do it is to do your breathing and then focus about the energy coming in through this top of your head, going down all through your body to your feet, and at the same time after that, coming in through your feet, up through your body and back out again. It's kind of like they're connecting like that together. So you've got the cosmic energy and the grounding energy of nature, you know. At the same time, I will add to that it's pretty much important to put roots around your feet, and this means to ground yourself, keep yourself here, because if you're new to meditation, you might meditate and you might just find that you've got an amazing gift, you might just go. And this means, you know, out-of-body experiences, that sort of stuff, you might just go, you know, because you might actually be more sensitive to this sort of thing than you think, because you never tried it, until you try it once and you'll realise, wow, all this loveliness and all this different sort of stuff is happening. That's why it's important to ground yourself, just in case it does happen to you. So think about tree roots wrapping around your ankles, or putting your feet on, you know, like crystals, or visualise a crystal, or put your feet, you know, on the grass will help as well to ground you. So that's a way to keep you here. So when you come back from the meditation, you're not like energy drunk, is what I call it. After you meditate, drink a glass of water to really ground yourself. And one of the most important things for me is, once you finish meditation, is to give back an energy. So spend 1 minute, if you can, just to, you know, give thanks to the energy which has come through you, which has helped you, balanced you, put you in a more energetic state, becoming more you, and just think about putting that energy back out again, giving back, you know. So thank you for watching, have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon.